Hey guys, I'm Lacey and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that have been here and for the newbies, thanks for watching. There's so much all over my social media, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, where we talk so badly like about each other or try and downplay the other person, and I hate it because I feel like there may be bad things that about that person that you may not like, but that person is a reflection of you. You chose that person once upon a time. And it may not be someone that you like today, but it was somebody that you were attracted to enough to lay down with them. So you get on social media and you talk badly about one another, and it's like the only it's like you're kind of sort of saying like, I made a bad choice. And to me, what you're screaming is, I made a bad choice. And there's nothing wrong with that. We make bad choices. But a lot of the posts that I'm seeing, we're not taking responsibility for the choice that we made. When you got with your baby father or you dealt with him, he had a temper then. That temper didn't just come about. He was nasty then. He didn't just become nasty. He was abusive then. He didn't just become abusive. He was verbally destructive then. That didn't just start happening. He was selfish then. Okay? He didn't have a great job then, if he had a job. You know? And the same thing vice versa with the baby mother. She had a bad attitude when you got with her. So don't be mad now. It's like, I'm not saying that you have no right to be upset with certain situations, but when you publicly start insulting each other, it's like, but bro, you chose to get with her. Sis, you chose that man. And in a way, and this is my own opinion, I feel like we can do better towards one another. I may not necessarily like the situation that I'm in, but when I laid down with that man, I made the choice right then and there that if it came down to it, this is going to be what it is. And whether they choose to stand up and take on that responsibility with you, vice versa, man and female, you still chose to lay down with that person. I don't care. And I've always said this even before I had my son. When you choose to lay down with somebody, whether you're using protection or not, you're possibly choosing to be a parent with that person. Plain and simple. So then when you are out here and you're talking badly about each other, listen, I'm not gonna lie. It may be situations that bother me or that upset me that, yeah, I may talk to my homegirls about it to get relief, you know, to get some sort of relief. Best believe I first go to myself, because I'm like, damn, Lace, like you chose him. And at that time, it's like, what part of yourself were you thinking with? And this is also something that I want to get to. We attract what's in our lives. So if you keep attracting broke people, if you keep attracting broken people, there's something in you that needs to be fixed. And a lot of times, instead of dealing with what needs to be dealt with, instead of fixing what needs to be fixed, mending what needs to be mended, healing what needs to be healed, we just choose to keep putting band-aids on these wounds that need stitches, that need real help. And we go on to the next situation and on to the next situation. And guess what? Because I've done this. I can say it because I've done it. We attract the same people in the same situation. They just come in different bodies with different names. And it's like, when do you get tired? And that's what I was feeling like today. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just tired of attracting the same thing. And it's like, Lacey, what is it in you that you haven't mended yet? What part of you hasn't been healed yet? And it's like, it's like, okay, so when are you gonna deal with what really needs to be dealt with? And I hope that I'm not just like, it don't seem like I'm just babbling, because these are things that I really was dealing with today within myself. And it's like, okay, even though times have changed, I feel like, you know how they say, new levels, new devils? I feel like even though the things that I deal with may be on a whole nother level, maybe on a whole different kind of time, it's still somewhat the same. And today I was just like, all right, it's time to start dealing with me. It's time to start healing me. And I was thinking, and trying not to ramble because there's so much that I want to say. All up and down my timeline. Let me say this. My situation, it's not a great situation. But I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I could go on social media and talk badly about the situation that I'm in. You okay? But how does that reflect me? How does that reflect my child? We're okay. You know, and it's like, when you get to a place where, and I'm talking to baby mothers, baby fathers, single moms, whatever. When you get to a place when you're like, it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be, and regardless, I still have to do what I have to do, all of that negative talk, all of that being angry, that stuff has got to go out of the door, because you're going to put that stuff onto your child. You know, I see moms talk to their children, I mean young children, about their dads badly. And I'm like, don't you know that that child is half of that man? So you're going to speak all this bad stuff into your child about half of who he is or half of who she is? We are a direct reflection of the things that we attract into our lives. And even if that thing was a bad thing at that time, if you've grown, if you've matured, if you're in a different space, embrace that space that you're in and let that other ish go. And that's where I'm at today. It's like, I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. Because people think that when you're not with your child's other parent, father or mother, they think that you're angry with them. I'm not. Of course, I wish you could do better. Of course. Of course, I wish he could do better. Of course, you would want for the other parent to be involved. Ideally. But if they're not, it's like, you're gonna be fine. And I hate the whole stigma with, it's like, I don't even want to say stigma. I hate that so many single moms and dads be feeling like people owe them something. That was one thing that I decided when I was pregnant. Nobody owed me anything. If he wants to be here, if he doesn't want to be here, you don't owe me anything. That's that. And I don't even want to get into, oh, you have to answer for yourself and all of that stuff. No, my focus is my child. That's my focus. And ladies and guys, that's where your focus has to be. Take your eyes off that other parent. Take your eyes off that other parent. When you made that child, it was something that you liked about them then. It was something good about them. They may not be all that now, but it was something good about them. Now move on. Move on and be a parent to your kid. And I realized that when you start letting that stuff go, like you start, one thing that all of us have to do is that we have to delve. I don't even know if that's a word, delve. We have to dig in to ourselves and start digging up that stuff that's keeping us down or that's made us bitter or put us in a bad place. Dig up all of that stuff. And a lot of it starts from childhood. Maybe your father wasn't there. Maybe your mother wasn't there. Maybe your mom was. It's so much stuff. Maybe you were raped. Maybe you were molested. Maybe you were abused. Maybe you were homeless. There's so much that could have happened. And it's like, dig into all of that stuff, because guess what? All of that stuff got you to where you are right now. And once you get to the place of realization and realizing like, okay, I need healing. I need healing because I'm attracting nothing but drug dealers. I'm attracting nothing but felons. I'm attracting nothing but women that want to play, players. I'm attracting nothing but hoes and women that don't value themselves. And I don't even like to say hoes, but you know what I mean. Take a look at the things that you're attracting. A lot of it you have to correlate it back to the things that you need healing from. And I realized that it's time to start the work. And a lot of times when you begin to start the work, it's so much mess. It's so hurtful. Sometimes it's so devastating. Some of the stuff that some of us have been through, it's like you don't even want to go back there. But whatever you got to do to get healing so that you stop attracting the mess, the garbage, do what you got to do. And don't only do it for yourself, but do it for your children. Do it for your children. I was sitting here today and I'm just like, oh my God, it's just so much work to do. So much work to do. And at this point, it's like, I just want to be better. I just want to be better so that I start attracting better things into my life, better relationships, better friendships, better opportunities, I'm just ready to declutter. So I had to cut this video, but if there are other things that you would like for me to talk about, please comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.